feel like maybe long term, keep it your back turn and try to like stuff out Falcon from approaching is pretty well, pretty good to mix up in between going for like dash dancing. Because I feel like when you're just dash dancing like this, primarily, it makes it very easy for Falcon to do something like approaching stomp or knee, which like you can ASCI down or like CC it, but like Falcon would still have frame advantage out of after it. Yeah. Or at the very least, like keeping your back turned, and you could also mix up. Actually, something that's really good is doing dash dances and doing like shield stops into bear. That's also really good, and also mixing up doing ASDI down with that. But you don't want to primarily doing like hold down or like ASDI down in neutral with dash dances, unless like the opponent is like a bot and they're going to do some shit like approaching there, which I guess like glitch could do, but. Nice up B. Uh, Honestly, in this spot, like after you land, because it's pretty awkward for Falcon to act out of this. I think going in with like a bear grab is really good. Are they like early bear towards or a grab? Because a lot of the time, like when they're getting hit by the uppies like this, they're not gonna like instantly dash out of like the hit stun or whatever and get the punish. So that could be good. But I still think that the dash back you did was fine. Or wait, dash away. Uh, mhm. uh, that is a very good question. Low key, you might not be able to get it, like in my head, because I'm thinking like from my perspective as like Fox or something. Usually, I don't like if I get hit by like a nair, like I usually don't ever go for something like like grab punish. I would just go for like yeah shine or something quicker. So I'm thinking maybe D can't go for it, especially because I'm pretty sure his like grab is like slower than others. Yeah. I think that's like a maybe like a down tilt spot or like yeah, up B could also possibly be good depending on like how far like Falcon is inside of you by the time he nares you. But grab is like pretty pretty sus in that spot. IMO. I think you would I think you would want to do ASCA down or CC grab against his other moves. So like bear, like if he happens to do a bear into you and crouch it, grabbing that is really good because that's like a true like the true punish. But Nair's a bit riskier because it doesn't have that much landing lag and Falcon can go into gentleman pretty quickly from it. Mhm. Yeah, I think instead of or I don't think you ever want to really necessarily be doing the wave dash back like this with your back turned towards Falcon into crouch. I think you should replace these with like shield stop bears towards Falcon, especially at around like percents like these, because like this is like pretty relatively close to knockdown percent. So if like if you happen to hit like a straight bear, it'll either combo to grab if you catch them in the air, or it'll lead to a knockdown. Definitely want to be bearing a lot more neutral. Your bear is extremely good against Falcon. It's just like yeah, it's a really good walling move because a lot of the time Falcon wants to approach by doing stuff like running aerial, and your bear has n- not early bear timing. So if you were to do something like early bear or like frame one bear towards Falcon, it would beat out Isnair. Yeah, the idea. Mhm. The idea is that you wanna throw out the move for Falcon. You can, like, throw out his Nair if you think he's gonna, like, jump towards you. That's usually how I treat it with, like, at least, like, Fox Nair, but I'm assuming it should be, like, bit, like, more lenient with, DK because his bear is huge and has a lot of priority, generally speaking. Mhm. Yeah, the only real problem with bear that, like, comes about is that, like, it's susceptible to being, like, CC or ACI down into, like, punish, potentially. So yeah, and that's, like, a really unfortunate one. But, like, in situations like that, like, if you're, like, looking down or if you're looking for down holds or whatever, you can start doing stuff like mixing up, doing tomahawk, from that, like, sure hop or whatever you're doing, and then maybe going to grab, like, dash grab or whatever, or, like, turn around. Or you can even do something like tomahawk into, like, early bear fade away. I think that's pretty good as well. Yeah, nice. Yeah, it's unfortunate I didn't hit. But it was pretty awkward, like, how you jumped, not gonna lie. I think this probably would have been a bit better if you, like, did it from a dash, but you also probably should have just waited a bit longer for the knock. Nice. Trying to think what I would do after that bear. Honestly, sometimes coming down with late bear like that, going into early bear, like, towards the opponent is also really good. If you think they're gonna hold down and maybe try to approach towards you, it's also really good. Late bear, like, after the late bear you did, so, like, the bear coming down, doing an immediate early bear from this, like, towards the opponent is also really good sometimes. Or just, like, throwing it out in place just in case you think the opponent's gonna choose to run towards you after, like, crouching. Mhm, yeah. Uh, that could have been up there, but looks like you still gotta grab anyways. Trying to think of what you should have done here. Hmm. Can you land on the top plat from that? Yeah, that would have been really good if you did that, but I also think low key I think honestly, throwing the opponent off stage with the cargo throw could be fine. Probably it's a bit awkward. Like if you do like a mm, or mm, yeah. Yeah, how does this situation look if like Falcon DIs in from it? Like in my head, it like sometimes feels like maybe you could get like a true combo into up B, but I'm not sure. Hmm. Yeah, I think throwing off stage could have been good here, but the problem is that it's like a bit awkward since like you'd be facing forward and going back onto stage. I think if you did turn around into like, jump back into like cargo back throw or whatever, that could have been good. Because that's just like that sets up an edge guard and your back is turned. So you have a good way to, get the edge guard. But I also feel like maybe you also could have done also feel like you could have done slight walk forward into regular cargo up though. And yeah, up big because a lot of people DI towards the plat in that position. Or like I'm pretty sure even like, up air into fair would work from like grounded, like cargo up though into up air, maybe. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. Replace these with dash back. These wave dashes do dash back into weight. And if you do some shit like this, you just dash in and grab punish. I feel like because I just feel like it's pretty slow to act out of this or very like committal. And it also puts you extremely far forward. So like if you know if Glitch decides to do this grab that he did, you can't really do shit to punish it afterwards. But like dash back is so quick, you do dash back, and if he does that, you just dash right back in and grab him. Hmm. 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 Yeah, and I think in situations like this where like it's like semi like sort of scramble scenarios where like something like this happens, that doing dash immediate dash back is ideal. You would want to treat this situation like if you were doing Marth, or if you were Marth doing like fucking, like late fair into dash to catch a, or just to see how the opponent would respond to it. Power shield would have been good. Remember, I think you were like crouching, you got hit. Yeah, power shielding is really good against Falcon approaching aerial stuff, and it also might kind of be mandatory to learn as DK because he doesn't necessarily have like the best stuff to combat. Like if you were to just do like regular shield or whatever. So like, yeah, you can do extra moves out of power shield. So you could do like shit like up B, up tilt. Uh, I think you could grab sooner. Question mark. I think. Uh, yeah, yeah. That's pretty much how it works. Yeah. Or rather, I think it's like you can drop shield and do like an option quicker. Like you can like instantly drop shield and do like a move out of a power shielded like or you power shielding a move because Zane will do stuff like he'll with Marvin Field do like power shield into up tilt or like power shield up B or like power shield grab. That was crazy, but yeah, long term in a spot like this, you probably want a power shield. Oh shit, that was nice bait. Yes. Unfortunately, I whiffed. It looked like it barely whiffed because Falcon crouched. Yeah, it was pretty silly. Oh shit. Yeah, it's just like a rising up air or bear spot. Mm. Oh, that could have been up air punish as well. Yeah, it's fucked. Mm-hmm. So you end up doing stuff like turning winner by accident. Yeah. I think after that bear, you want to follow up or like close the distance and capitalize on that knockdown. Uh, hmm. I think from here, I probably would have rolled or wave dash back with my back turn. I think facing forward in a spot like this makes it kind of awkward. You can down tilt, but like, oh yeah, Nair could have been good as well. Yeah. It's also really good if you catch them with no jump and a DIN because it just combos into up B. Nice. All right. Hmm. Honestly, Falcon doesn't seem to be very good punishing this low key, or it seems pretty awkward, especially if you happen to like cross Falcon up from this. Seems pretty awkward. Yeah, Fox can just like do any fucking move because like everything comes out insanely fast. Damn, that's a lot of damage. Nice grab. I'm gonna assume that was like an accident, maybe. Oh, I think in this spot, I'm inclined to say maybe you should wait. Or actually, like, I guess it was fine. Like it repeated the situation. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like from here, like I'm thinking, like I probably would have just held ledge. Yeah, and if he does his air dodge, you just bear him. And if he does, yeah, and if he does up B, you just ledge dash on and just probably bear. Hmm. Oh, yeah, especially against Falcon. I think coming down like after this full up, you could have came down with like a bear. It would have been really good. I think this double jump was not very good though. Uh, Hmm. Yeah, I think doing back airs out of back air is extremely strong. Because like other than that, the only real thing you could do out of this back air is you can roll or maybe you can dash back, but a lot of those things get caught because like DK is just so huge. So I think doing I, yeah, yeah, back airs, doing back airs out of those back airs are really good at against that. It's really good at calling out like specific grounded like overshooting timings. So like stuff like running shine with spacies, run up grab as a falcon or like even like down tilt approaching down tilt or whatever as Marth. So yeah. Yeah, I think like even in a spot like that back air, like out of that back air, if we just would have hit. Yeah. Uh low key punch probably could have been good, maybe. I don't know how punch interacts with crouching falcon. In my head, like surely it still forces a knockdown. Hmm. Okay, if mhm. Yeah, grab would have been good. Can can DK do anything faster off of ledge, like a no impact plan from damn. Yeah, because it's fucking ledge dash is slow as shit, sadly. Just so give me one sec. Okay, I'm back. This is really nice pressure. I'm also thinking maybe Shrub up here could have been doing this spot. Because, or at least like frame one up air. Because doesn't it catch like grounded Falcon? Mm-hmm. Because sometimes I remember I would do that just like in raw neutral, just to maybe account for the potential that like Falcon would maybe jump. And if he did jump, it would be really good. Mhm. Okay. Yeah, and that spot's really good. I'm thinking maybe Dare here instead. Like right here, like as Falcon lands, because like up air isn't really gonna do shit. And he also potentially could have just held down and killed you off of this. So it was a bit risky. Yeah, especially making the right decision at low percent too is also huge. It's like doing something like Dare or Fair to like force like either like the crumple state or like a knockdown. Since like other moves, they'll just get like nullified by CC or ASDI down. Yeah, that was like that was a huge issue this game. There are a lot of spots where oh oh shit. Damn. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. So you're asking like things you can do to fix that? Probably just practicing it in training mode, or also practicing it in unranked and being or like doing like a set of repetitions and making sure you can do it. Well, it's not necessarily like the ledge dashes per se, but it's like being able to do the really like simple stuff, like doing like a drop from ledge, double jump up air to punish like Falcon stuff instead of doing like a turning winner accident. Yeah, ledge dashes are obviously important, but I would argue the other stuff is more simple, but it's also probably more important. Too. Yeah. Mhm. S2J versus Junebug, right? Yeah. None is definitely really good in that matchup. I feel like Salt looked pretty sus in it from from what I saw from that fucking Junebug set. Mhm. Alright. Jesus, this is loud. Let me know when you're in.
For like if I'm down, I could even go for like a 4 or 5 1 because it'll actually be stronger. So he says, I feel like DKs don't do that as much. Obviously, he's like, June. It'll actually be stronger. So he says, I feel like DKs don't do that because it'll actually be stronger.
Yeah.
I feel like
I'm noticing he does a lot of run crouch. Maybe he's doing like run crouch too.
because
I'm thinking the thought process is maybe he's trying to do run crouch to maybe close the distance on something like if SCJ were to do something like space nair, space short hop nair in neutral, and if that happens, he could punish him and maybe go for grab.
DKs don't do that as much. Obviously, he's like
Yeah,
um,
and on top of that, he's also mixing up doing like a lot of just like
because it'll actually be stronger. So he says, I feel like
like dash his back or dash back into like trying to see what like Falcon does.
don't do that as much. Obviously, he's like
And like when he does decide to do something like a wave dash, he does it in place.
DKs don't do that as much because it'll actually be stronger. So he says, I feel like DKs don't do that as much. Obviously, he's like Junebug much better than me, but interesting so far. And then I talked to Junebug, and Junebug said the main thing that I feel I'm doing wrong right now versus Falcon is I'm making the edge guard more. And Junebug said the main thing that I feel I'm doing wrong right now versus Falcon is I'm making.
Yeah, he's trying to look for a run crouch, but SCJ is mixing up
Said
the aerials that he does.
wrong right now versus Falcon is I'm making the edge guard more complex than it needs to be. He's like sometimes
Yeah.
just go for the wrong situation
Mhm.
rather than in Junebug.
All right.
And Junebug said, the main thing that I feel I'm doing wrong right now versus Falcon is I'm making the edge guard more complex than it needs to be. He's like, sometimes I'll just go for the wrong situation rather than grabbing the ledge.
Yeah, this was the thing I was talking about. You know, bearing out of bear.
More complex than it needs to be. He's like, sometimes I'll just go for the wrong situation rather than grabbing the ledge.
Yeah, tricky bear.
Or something.
But yeah, a lot of characters do something similar. Like I do with Fox. Marth likes to do it. Like late fair into immediate early fair. It's just really good in terms of, you know, like walling.
Yes, I'm glad to it down.
What happened?
Or something. So interesting stuff there. I'm glad June said that.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of just like
interesting stuff.
Just run up shield and run up crouch, but like SUJ is really good at spacing his moves. He's just like constantly fading back.
I'm glad June said that because in the set on Polo, it looked like it was getting a little bit too complicated right now. Yes. And he said to me where I was like, you know, kind of vibe checking him for his next match. He's like, Johnny seems like he's going to be really good against DK. Like he just has that type of play style. So we're seeing it right now. One other thing that Mojo Monkey mentioned to me that I thought was actually like quite strong, as he said versus Monkey mentioned to me that I thought was
like towards like the top plat here, or
he mentioned to me that I thought was actually
yeah, that could be good. Also think something else that's pretty good, at least against a character like Falcon, is delaying your up air, because I'm pretty sure you can poke his feet and get a shield poke, or because the idea is that, like, you know, just like delaying a bit like forces them to burn their shield a bit, and you know, like doing the lowest possible up air, or like the lowest possible up air that would hit his feet would just like, you know, it would force a shield poke. So I think that could be good. I don't think Junebug is necessarily accounting for that. He's just trying to. I'm assuming maybe he's like thinking that, like, you know, S2J is probably going to be constantly moving through the side plat, so he just wants to catch him either like as he's falling or, you know, as he's moving. But like, you know, just like delaying the up air a bit could be really good. Delaying the up air, and I think even doing something like a mix up, like, you know, like late up air and say immediate early up air could also be really good, because it could potentially catch like the same thing with like shield pokes, or it can maybe even catch like a, you know, like a jump or like a shield drop or whatever. So that could be decent as well.
Specifically, you can grab his up B, and because of like the height of him when he's up being, it will allow you to basically just keep grabbing from below the stage and then keep being. You can grab his up B and because of like the height of him when he's up being, it will allow you to basically just
Mhm.
keep grab the height of him when he's up being. It will allow you to basically just keep grabbing from below the him when he's up being. It will allow you to
Mhm.
basically just keep
I actually think Jimbo grabbing ledge here was pretty bad. Like, I think if he was going to challenge, like S2J potentially falling to ledge, he could have just landed with bear,
grab
and he would have been in a better position to cover this. But like, like the whole thing about like grabbing ledge and ledge dashing on to punish Falcon as he's high up from his up B is that like he can just mix up his drift in so many ways, and you're not like primed in a really good position to punish it.
being
That's why for the most part you always want to be on stage when covering direct up B
grab
if possible,
below the stage and then keep it going. That's not something that I see June do.
especially if you're like a slower character or a character with like not as good like hitboxes. Like with Fox, he has the luxury of like being able to, like stay on ledge, do an instant ledge dash because his ledge dash is extremely fast. And he also has like the speed to do like something like dash attack if like Falcon happens to drift back towards ledge. But like DK, you can't really do shit like that.
Situation, it's not something I'd tell him to do now, but keep it going. That's not something that I see June do much in the situation. It's not something I'd tell him to do now.
Down to is pretty good in that scrap. I think we talked about it kind of, sort of,
June do much.
last game. I think specifically against stuff like Nair from ASCI down, but it's pretty good as just like a poke and no scraps.
Yeah, that is gonna
So
be
this
stock.
this first game is fucked.
Get one shot
Oh,
here.
that's like also really good. Yeah, that is gonna be the stock.
You do get one shot
Oh
here.
no,
Yeah.
no, okay. No back here there or something though. I feel like
Yeah.
kind of
Oh shit, double jab.
Johnny in 20
Swag.
right there.
Yeah. How do you get a follow up right here? Johnny knows
Oof.
it too.
Yeah, Loki, that's pretty tricky.
Follow up. Johnny knows it.
Uh
Shades of Johnny in 2015 right there. Shades of Johnny in 2015 right there.
yeah, I was thinking maybe he could have like upbeat like here, maybe. Like as he was falling.
Johnny in 2015 right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How do you get a follow up right here? Johnny knows it too. Yeah. This is a very. How do you get a follow up
There.
Yeah, honestly, like
Kind of,
if this is like a common situation, like against good Falcon players, like if they do this high up B a lot, something I like to do, like with characters that aren't as godlike as at edge guarding, like with Fox, is I'll do something like a wave dash or like a wave land down onto the side plat here, just to be in a better position. So like if Falcon commits to this up B around this height, you can just double jump bear into Falcon on reaction. And I think that's something that's really good and maybe even ideal to prioritize. Cause like, the thing is like if Falcon doesn't decide to go for that and he just, like drifts towards ledge, he's just like in the corner. And I'm thinking maybe long term that's probably a better like bullet to bite than this.
Yeah. How do you
Because
get a
this
follow-up
looks
right here?
fucking insane to just cover. I guess you could just up air over and over again, but
Shades of Johnny in 2015 right there.
Yeah. How do you get a follow up right here? Johnny knows it too.
I also think Junebug
Yeah.
made the mistake of like jumping way too early.
Johnny knows it.
It's pretty hard to track Falcon like that. That's one of those. It's one of those things where IMO, like if you're sharking Falcon like this,
Follow up right.
especially as a character like DK, you cannot for the most part, catch him as he's like falling from like ambiguous drifts that he can mix up with. It's one of those angles where you have to wait for him to land and punish the landing. IMO.
Here, Johnny knows it too. Yeah, this is a very difficult matchup for a lot of reasons. I think one of the foremost among them is DK's grab is one frame matchup for a lot of reasons. I think one of the foremost among them is
Yeah, it's like kind of like the same bear
DK's grab is
I was talking about before.
more than a lot of reasons. I think one of the foremost among them is DK's grab is one frame
Mm.
slower than the rest of the cast.
Yeah, that should have just been a kill, honestly. That was just like a bad edge guard from Junebug.
Than the rest of the cast. So you just straight up can't shield grab a lot of Falcon pressure. And Nair is in.
That was a pretty bad charge. It worked out though. He's still alive somehow. And he's probably
So does
yeah, his edge guarding has been quite shit
right now.
so far.
No, not yet.
Not
Yeah,
yet, yeah.
too high up. Okay.
Oh, that is. I am reminded of a bait for just a second.
Yeah.
Okay, you saw June try to go for it right there.
Okay, but
This set was like a slobber knocker for sure. I remember STJ
he took
was also had some sus ass edge guards.
30%.
Yeah.
That is like the most, smash thing, not just melee. but
Oh
like-
shit.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
the
what the
most,
fuck?
smash
I did
thing,
not
just
think
melee.
that would last for so long.
Oh my.
But
That is like the most, smash thing, not just melee. Of like.
Oh, he's dead.
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
Okay, that is
That's really
so
bad.
huge.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's good. Yeah, I definitely think that's good. You should definitely do that.
I also low key.
It also makes it easier to like if you're playing at certain ranges, it makes it a lot easier to force like a weak hit of a move. So like if he does some shit like approaching knee, something that's pretty common is that you can do like run into or you can do dash back into run crouch and to force the weak hit, you just CC punish it. Or you can even just like dash outside of the range and just outright whiff punish it.
Wonder if it's because.
So I think that's really good.
So he got pushed further off.
That was also a horrible edge guard, but it worked out. Yeah,
Pushed
that was
further off, which is
that was insane, honestly.
Nice.
That's KO.
That's kind of the June bug, eh? Like that specific one.
Yeah,
the up smash?
that is guaranteed cargo throw up smash at like after 110-ish is pretty free, but Falcon is very favorably weighted, of course, so like you can get really good combo strings off. The biggest question
After the down tilt,
weighted, of course, so like you can get really good combo. Falcon is very favorably weighted, of course, so like you can get really good combo strings off. The biggest question is where do you find them, right? Against a character this fast. Low key wonder if it's
At all.
damn. Throw up smash at like after 110-ish is pretty free, but
right there, could have maybe, but it's a bit risky. I think
after 110
he kind of
is pretty free, but
did the right thing by holding this ground
Falcon is very favorably weighted, of course.
because it could have been kind of fucked if he whiffed it and like Falcon just got out of the corner.
Strings off. The biggest question is where do you find them, right? Against a character this fast. Nice.
Oof,
Get there.
up air.
Okay. Nice. Back here.
Get there.
Okay.
I'm thinking maybe like Wavelength. I guess this is like kind of like a 50-50 because you either like prioritize like tech in place or you prioritize the tech rolls. But I'm thinking maybe like
TI though.
Wavelength grab could be good in that spot because I'm pretty sure the situation before, it was a similar situation before where like STJ did the same thing. He did like tech to the left of the platform.
So one interesting thing as well on the topic of DK. Okay. Nice. Back here. Great TI though. Really important TI. So one TI though. Really.
Yeah, it's like diminishing returns. Like the whole goal is that like you pretty much just want to force anything that would send Falcon off stage set up for an edge guard.
as well. On the topic of DK,
Yeah, down tilt is really good against Falcon.
Wang called up B.
At least we're calling out like dash dances in place or just like,
Best move
you know,
in the
dash
game.
back and shit.
So,
It is insanely
it is
good.
so good.
Like,
and
and people are becoming more keen
more
on
and more
that.
aware
Yeah.
of it. It's easy, like when you're a casual fan, to be like uppy, the thing that's
Oh,
like
shit.
very good recovery, and it's like no. You gotta understand, it's
Let me
able to do a
educate you.
lot more than
It
that.
doesn't just reflect.
This is a rough position.
Second. Come on in.
Oh.
Here we go. Game 1 over to
The
SGJ.
SG, right? We're
Yeah.
not low percent kill, not a wine.
That could swing Junebug's favor, but of
Right,
course,
FD.
FD.
So Mojo also said that whenever you're invincible, you can do 8 wines
Yeah,
unpunished.
yes.
And so he says,
Ooh,
uh,
this is pretty interesting.
whenever you're invincible, you can do 8 wines.
He waited for the jump after catching like an airborne Falcon with Bear. I think that's really good, honestly.
Said that whenever you're invincible, you can do 8 wines
Espe-
Yeah.
unpunished.
Yeah, especially if it's a good player. Like good players will do this. Like lesser players, they probably won't spam grabbing the spot because they don't have the awareness to go for it. But I think it's really good to do Bear and to wait, like dash dance and wait, especially on a stage like this, like FD, because like if this double jump happens, it's pretty much just like a guaranteed stock,
A lot of DKs like to mix
or at least it should be. At least
wines
Yeah.
kind of fucking botched
A lot
that.
of DKs like to mix up, like pretend that they're gonna do all the 8 wines and then come down early.
Uh-huh.
Except, like pretend that they're gonna do all the 8 wines and then DKs like to mix up, like pretend that they're gonna do all
Mhm.
the 8 wines and then come down early.
Uh-huh.
But
I'm trying to like.
do all the 8 wines and then come down early.
Hmm.
Mix up, like pretend that they're gonna.
So like for this DI, like fair never works or whatever here, right?
And so he says a lot of DKs like to mix up, like pretend that they're gonna do all the 8 wines.
Yeah, I
A lot of
think doing like a strong move that would like send far off stage is like the goal. Cause like
do all the 8 wines
if DI's like this, it's like pretty awkward to just like combo Falcon.
early.
Uh-huh.
If he DI's properly,
But
you don't really get shit off of it,
not
and it doesn't lead to an edge guard.
gonna happen here, most likely.
Yeah,
Bad
that was
DI
a
there.
thing we saw in the
So that was low key kind of horrible, but or like unnecessary, but it worked out.
But he accidentally does a
Yeah,
cancel.
I think he could have just
Rewind so that
bared.
Not gonna happen here, most likely.
yeah,
Bad
that was
DI
a thing
there.
we saw in the Josh Mann right?
That is true.
Yuppie.
June tries to do 3 winds so that he can just start moving a little bit, but he accidentally does a 0 swing cancel, which is when you cancel your swing on the last frame.
Yeah, that-
8 or 9 of the swing, and you don't actually get a swing on the last
Out of
0 swing cancel, which is when you cancel.
yeah, I think that was definitely just like an accident. He didn't mean to do grab in place. I think ideally he was trying to do like dash and grab, but he was probably missing the dash.
your swing
But yeah, against Bear,
the accident
CC into dash grab is
cancel,
king
which is
because
when
that's just always a true punish.
cancel your swing on the last frame.
Ooh, that is a good question. Probably not. Well, rather it would depend on like the type of Bear again and it's doing. Because traditionally, like in my head, I would think that like generally like Ganon players are doing like relatively like spaced and early Bear timings into like another double jump Bear that's like coming down. I guess it could be good, but it's kind of risky or riskier. But it could be good.
It's like frame 8 or 9 of the swing, and you don't actually get a charge.
But I'm thinking like if Gan is just like bearing, maybe you could just do your bear against that and like win out.
So it's kind of a cool tech where you can use it for.
That is unfortunate.
Probably not going to see it in a matchup as fast.
That was good.
But just in fun.
Nice. Bear.
Okay, this is literally exactly what
That
he
was
said. Sometimes when
kind of risky.
I'll go for like back air too much, and I know they're gonna be whole piece
This, but just in fun to point out.
Oh, okay, this is literally exactly what
Yeah.
Junebug said he would do. He
Keep it
said,
easy.
Yeah, it's just like a bit weird because like, isn't there like a hitbox where like it sends like straight up or whatever,
Junebug said he would
or like up? Yeah, because it in this spot it looked like it was pretty close to
he
hitting that
sometimes
hitbox.
Point out.
oh, okay, this is literally exactly what
Yeah.
Junebug said he would do. He
Keep it
said
easy.
sometimes when they're recovering, I'll go for like back air too much, and I would do. He
Keep it
said
easy.
sometimes
Point out.
Because like in my head here, like I'd probably just do like double jump bear into Falcon, just send them further back. But I guess this was fine still.
when they're recovering, I'll go for like back air too much, and I
It still
know
worked
they're
out.
holding it, so I should just do an up air.
It was just like a bit
cheeky
like
pull.
iffy to
Literally
me
what we just saw, right?
because of the spacing.
Ooh, saves the punch. Okay, he does that so much, and it
It-
makes
it-
me so upset because when it works, it works, but when it
But-
doesn't, you look stupid sometimes.
Well, the problem there, I think, it's like this is where I'm a little critical. Is I feel like when he does it at like 9%, it's like
Yeah.
okay, you get 30, and 30 or whatever is valuable. But 30%, like it's still
Run crouch.
like do you
I mean,
save it? But 30%, like it's you get.
He's doing like running crouch.
30 or whatever is
Punish this.
valuable.
Arrows in
but
place.
30%,
It's really good.
like,
It's also really good because even though like knee has like a lot of stun and shit, I'm pretty sure
but
S2J
30%,
didn't do like the latest possible timing. So you just got punished for it.
still-
So you should definitely.
No, I like, do you
I mean,
save it?
so part of the reason is also like if S2J blocks, like you can't really punish
Mhm.
it
Yeah,
that easily,
the
so
pressure on
it
the
lets you
shield.
reset, which is important. So blocks, like you can't really punish it
Yeah,
that easily.
Yeah, it's a bit more iffy against stuff like Nair,
So it lets you reset,
especially if it's spaced.
which is
But I
important.
think if you
Blocks,
believe the
can't really punish it
like if
that
you get
easily.
hit with Nair here and you believe the Falcon's going to immediately dash back out of this, you can do something like down tilt to catch it. I think that could be good.
The
So
pressure on
it
the
lets you
shield.
reset, which is important. So I
Yeah,
don't,
and
I
getting
don't
out of the
give him
corner,
that
right? It's
issue,
not
yeah.
just the
Oh,
percentage.
It
shit.
works, it works. Come on, man.
Well, it's the thing. You got it's definitely like a.
Oh.
Oh my gosh,
Oh.
these SDs.
Sorry, you were saying.
Well, yeah, a lot about melee is like you have to give them things that they have to.
Oh,
a lot
that-
about melee is like
Yeah, it could have been good, but that's low key hard to react to,
them things that they have to play around. and
especially if you.
their mind,
Not necessarily that, but like just a situation of like expecting to get hit by the knee here
is like,
and then not happening. You know, like on reaction, recognizing that situation, go for dash back grab. Pretty awkward.
give them things. Yeah, a lot about melee.
Yeah,
is
definitely.
like, you have to
Because there are a lot of situations where you'll do like a run crouch or like a wave dash forward outside of like Falcon's range. You know, do something like an approaching knee, and then shit will just whiff.
to give them things that they have
But I
to
also
play
think
around.
maybe he whiffed it
Melee
because
is
like he did
uh,
like fucking running grab instead of JC grab.
give them things that
So.
they have to play around and keep in the back of their mind. And so things like a random punch in neutral, you got to do it sometimes. Otherwise, they go, that's not happening in their mind. And so things like a random punch in neutral, you got
Uh,
things that they have to play around and keep in the back of their mind. And so things like a random punch in neutral,
yeah,
you got to do it sometimes.
because it's pretty hard to get like
They go, that's
an opening on Falcon otherwise.
their mind.
It's pretty much just like hold crouch,
Neutral,
punish.
You got to do it sometimes to play around and keep in the back of their mind. And so
Yeah,
things like punch in
I feel like it's just a lot of it's some CC and it's also but it's mainly just like a lot of being tricky with your movement and trying to like put yourself in a position where like you can get a CC or like you'll force like a Falcon to do like an approaching aerial or whatever and it puts you in a position where you can go for like something like wave dash into crouch or run crouch and then punish it.
You gotta
Or
do
like
sometimes
a lot of what
play around and
Jumuk is doing where he just like deliberately like approaches towards Falcon to close in distance so the aerial isn't spaced, right? And if he gets hit by like an aerial, he can do like a dash in into grab. But it's a lot riskier when the Falcon is aware of this, which like S2J is, and they do really specific late aerial timings into immediate dash back, which is what,
Like
you know,
random punch in neutral. You gotta
he's
do it
doing
sometimes
a lot.
around and keeping the back air
So I think, like, honestly, in a situation like this, like something that could be valuable to learn and train is just because this situation happens a lot where like Falcon is just doing like double jump or just like jumps in place and coming down with an aerial, is maybe recognizing the situation before like Falcon has the chance to come down with a late aerial and doing something like dashing and to sure up air to anti air.
You gotta do it sometimes, otherwise they go, that's not happening. I don't need to play around that.
Mhm. You can, but it depends. Like what are you looking to react to it with? Shield, yeah, you can react to it with shield. Shield and knee, I'm pretty sure. But it's one of those things where like, you know, when reacting to that, you have to it's some one of those things where you have to prioritize it in your head. Like it's like kind of like a read. Like you prioritize it, like you think the Falcon player is gonna go for it, so it becomes a lot easier to react to when it happens. But like when you're juggling it with a bunch of other shit, like approaching the air, et cetera, it becomes a lot harder to do it consistently.
This is big damage though.
Back air. Once again, oh, it doesn't want to jump back air for the second one, but a little more simple.
Okay. Yeah.
This is so much time.
Otherwise they go, that's not happening. I don't need to play around that.
Okay. Up air, up air, up air, bear.
Back air. Once again, oh, it doesn't want.
I think he definitely should have just upbeat here, but this is fine that he grabbed. I don't know if yeah, especially in, because this could have been kind of like iffy, because I think we talked about this like the last lesson we did. There was like a spot where like, you know, Marth did like an air dodge on the stage and you whiff the grab, because I'm pretty sure it can be ambiguous whether or not like, you know, the Falcon ends up or like the character ends up like in front of you or behind you, because like DK is just so big. So that's a very common situation. And in a spot like this, I'd probably just suggest going for up B, because up B will definitely just hit, you know, send off stage. And
Big damage though.
it'll probably take his jump too. Let me go
I
back.
don't need to play around that. This is big damage.
Bear, up air, up air, bear.
Back air. Once again, oh, it doesn't want to.
Yeah, it probably just would have taken his jump out of upbeat here. But this grab was still fine. He landed it. But ideally, you don't want to grab here. You just want to up B. I don't know if I agree with this. I think maybe you should have just done like cargo throw off stage, maybe. But
Back air. Once again, oh, it doesn't want to jump back air for the second one.
Yeah. Fair.
Okay.
I think right here you definitely should have just back thrown.
Yeah.
This is so much
But
time.
or yeah, you should have just back thrown, honestly.
Yeah.
This is so much time. I mean, bro's got a lot of time to make this work regardless, so.
Yeah, this was all really bad, not gonna lie.
One more though.
That was
Yeah, I think
that was really fucking bad too. Jesus. What,
Okay. One more though.
I don't know why he's like grabbing ledge. He needs to like, you don't really want to be doing this. Like
That is not what he wanted though.
after this bear right here. Yeah, after this bear right here, you literally just stand on stage and you wait. And if Falcon upbeats from this position and you're like on the ground right here, you can literally just react to this and bear it. Like grabbing ledge just made things a lot more complicated, and it also put him in a less favorable position to be covering this because of like Falcon's drift.
I I think I'm really glad that you brought up you know, the edge guarding getting a little bit too overcomplicated.
I
Right?
think he has
Like,
simplified it though from the
yes,
previous
he
set.
has, he
Like,
has.
I think you know, some of it is S2J's recovery has been very solid, but yeah, I think like, I mean, this is one of those things where as we've seen people kind of get better, the
This is
way
hard.
Death.
yeah, this should be
Anything
death.
is
Yeah,
kill.
Yeah.
as we see the
This is
way,
hard.
I think like, I mean, this is one of those things where as we've seen people kind of get better,
Mhm.
the way
Hard rope throw.
yeah, this should be
Anything
death.
is
Yeah.
kill.
That looked pretty good. Is that like hard to hit?
We've seen people get better. A lot of the things I've seen people do is start to like
Hmm.
move with Falcon. We were talking about this a bit upstairs. That just like, you know, Falco, for example, can full hop with Falcon as he's recovering and then kind of like follow his drift. And I think that sort of is the future. It's like anything as he's recovering and then kind of like follow his drift. And I think that
Yeah,
Falco
Power
can
Shield is
full hop
good.
with Falcon as he's recovering and then
Though it looks like Jumbo fucked
I
up
think that
what he was trying to do out of it.
it's like anything in melee, like reaction-based play rather than kind of the hard reads.
Right.
Okay.
What's really tough, I mean, this is right.
Like reaction-based play rather than kind of the hard reads.
Right.
I think what Junebug was doing here was fine. I don't know why the fuck he
Quite
like
possibly
went out of the.
I was gonna
just
say
with, like,
that.
no,
Like
what's really
he completely just gave up the corner.
Okay.
What's really tough, I mean, this is quite possibly good.
Okay.
What's really
Yeah.
tough, I mean, this is quite possibly good for June.
I was gonna
Oh, he could have held Croucher
Okay.
What's really tough,
or like ASCI down.
possibly good for June.
I was gonna
just with,
say
like,
that,
no
right?
top platform. But what's tough is in most situations for this matchup, what June has told me, and I've gone over this in a couple videos at this point, but is he kind of has to
Ooh.
predict neutral interactions.
Damn.
Right? A character as fast as Falcon, Nair dashback is pretty much free. You can almost never shield grab that
Yeah.
unless it's a really, really high and lazy.
Nice grab. Up air,
You have to
up
pick your
air.
spot. So it's either predict with back air.
Did he catch a jump?
Short hop auto cancel up air as like a forward facing burst option.
Definitely looked like it.
Nair. So you have to pick your spot. So it's either predict with back air.
I think he,
Something like short hop auto cancel up air as like a forward facing burst option, and then like see if you can get. I
Mhm.
a lot of what June does is
Yeah, I think those up Bs are really good.
down tilt.
Yeah.
And that just calls out like dash back from S2J. So, and then just find your and that just calls out like dash back.
Yeah.
From S2J. So, and then just find your moments.
Oh,
You
that
get
could
those
have been so big. It
punishes.
still might be.
Yep. Transformation though makes us a
Up
little
air, up air.
You gotta
Maybe
finish
the
early.
punch so big. It's still
from S2J. So
This is also kind of the situation we looked at on a FD. Like you know, he'll hit like an airborne falcon and then he'll go in with like a dash in up air to catch like a fucking double jump or whatever. But it still worked out because he had enough time to crouch or ASCI down. I think it's pretty good against like any tall character, honestly. Like the tall characters. So like Peach, Marth, Sheik, fucking Samus.
still might be.
yep. Transformation though makes us a
Yeah, probably not Luigi.
little weird potentially.
Maybe the
Early.
punch.
Sour spot.
That's the weak hit we were just talking about.
Yeah.
So if that wasn't a full charge, would have actually killed there. But
I also think he fucked up this edge guard too.
Would have
Come
actually
on.
killed there.
He jumped way too early. You gotta. It's one of those things where you just gotta react. You can't preemptively do something because otherwise you're just not in a position to, you know, accurately cover this.
You know, one of the things I didn't mention is that if you have the wind, then when you press B, you have to double tap B because you might accidentally get the wind instead of
Yeah.
the punch. So
Again, mashing for the area.
Yeah, the whole idea is that you just want to be in the best possible position to cover the edge guard, ideally.
because you might things I didn't mention is that would have actually killed there, but you know, one of the things I didn't mention is that if you have the wind, then when you press, you know, one of the things I didn't mention is that if you have the wind, then when you press B.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, staying on stage and crouching is pretty good against that side B.
You have to double tap B because you might accidentally get the wind instead of the punch. Then when you press B, you know, one of the things I didn't mention is that if you have the wind, then when you press B.
I think maybe he should have done turnaround down
One of
tilt.
the things I didn't mention is that if you have.
But I also think he still jumped way too early.
Then when you press B, you have to double tap B because you might accidentally get the wind instead of the punch. So again,
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Junebug dies early.
Junebug has.
oh no.
That's honestly probably the weakest part of his play. This whole set. His edge guards.
Yes, he's been
Yes.
Johnny
They've been pretty rough.
What a stomp, the latest
His
possible stomp, getting so much frame advantage there. Up B gonna save June for now, but this is a scramble situation that Johnny really wants.
yeah, and this set specifically is his edge guards have been quite horrible.
Not gonna do it. Next one will.
It's like even there, I'm thinking maybe he could have upbeat. That could have been better, or like he could have even done something like full hot bear instead from a dash full hot bear, just to send off stage. It's like putting Falcon back up in the air. It just gives him like another mix up, especially if he happens to land with like and regain his double jump. He just gains his double jump, and he also has an air dodge mix up he can potentially go through with.
This positioning, but well,
So
You went so high up there.
and stock close to it.
Okay, let's get back though.
This is
yeah,
We've been talking a lot about Junebug because obviously there's an enormous ape on the screen right now.
at high percent, that's definitely a no. But I think at the mid percent, mid high, that's like perfect for you because it's just up air into fair, some shit.
Now,
But like when up air stops comboing into like moves and it just like sends them far up, it's like really awkward. And you can constantly drift from left to right. It's ambiguous. That's when it starts becoming like diminishing returns. IMO.
Very patient on stage right now, and I like that a lot. You had mentioned like maybe he's missing
It's
some
like
edge guards, but he's also respecting the Donkey Kong
Falcon is
concept.
now alive and built up so much more percent. And now you took a stock because of the fucking edge guard.
Really run away with it with the extra credit, but okay, should just be an up air. Yeah. Gets the full charge.
Waiting. All right.
Oh,
Grab that! You have to. That's a crucial miss.
Honestly, that was a hard grab
Grab that. Right.
to get. I fell. I would.
Grab that! You have to. That's a crucial miss.
I feel like people don't talk about it like too much, but like DK is like a fucking. He's just like so huge, so it's like hard to see the character a lot of the time in that situation when they're like air dodge close to you.
Oh, good tech though. This is gonna do it. Yeah.
Okay, he had at the very
He
least.
just had to grab the ledge. What's going on with like?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean it doesn't end up mattering too much, but I feel like the edge guards for Johnny have looked a little shaky.
Yeah, it's cool.
Counter pick works out. I mean, it goes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, it's cool. Peace.